But I came out of that, and essentially, they said, "Oh, you shouldn't be alive. I've never seen this condition on anyone still alive before." Which they didn't say it to me, but I overheard them, and obviously I took that relatively badly. So I came out. I moved to a house near to my dad's, so I was close because I was expected to have another strokes imminently. I paid for my funeral. I gave away anything in my cupboards I hadn't used for 5 years. I studied Buddhism in a way, and I chose a life based on the principle that if I'm going to die tomorrow, then I'm not going to die like this, because at the time I had a brace on my leg. I had one of those walking sticks with the 3 tennis balls at the bottom, I felt pretty awful, frankly. And I was in the gym because I joined this gym because my cousin's girlfriend was a member, and I thought, right, well, I don't care if I have a week, if I have a day, but I'm going to make it the best day. So I joined this gym, started doing exercise, met a head teacher in the jacuzzi, and even though I can't speak properly, I was communicating with him, and he said, "Oh, you should volunteer in primary school, because there's very few men in primary education." And I went, "Oh, fuck, can I swear? Well, bugger me." I said, I didn't expect to be alive in a week's time, so I'm not going to waste an opportunity like that. So I said, yeah, and I filled out my CRB forms and the rest of it that afternoon, and by the following Monday I was volunteering. Now, I could only do half a day a week. Everything to rewire your brain is so tiring, because everything that was automatic that you learned as a child, you have to relearn. How to make muscles move, how to conceive of thoughts. And actually, it was partly because I had the strokes that I realised about my brain function, which is different. But anyway, the children, so I was with one class from year 3 to year 6, and they're so fabulous. They're like, so I turned, because obviously I didn't have this beard at the time, and actually I was wearing a shirt and trousers, but I think there's just something in my eyes. The kids go, yeah, he's one of us. And I'd turn up, and they'd come running up to the fence, like a wire fence, and they'd cling up to going, hey, and I go, hey, and it was just fabulous. And we got to a point, usually in schools, you get these volunteers come in who are either trying to qualify or are elderly and want to give back, which is all very kind. But what they're given to do, they get to take the children out of the class, sit at these little tiny desks, so you like sit down like this, and they read, and you go, and I saw that, and I went, that is the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. Why the hell would a child want to read like that? So again, it's all about, to me, it's so obvious. So they have these egg timers, like 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute egg timers, big plastic ones. So I'd go into the class, and the teacher would say, who wants to read with Mr. McDonald? And they'll go, me. And the reason they did that was because basically what I did was I said to them, right, you do the character voices, and I'll do the music, and then we'll make the story come alive. And I'd get the timer. I go, you ready? And they go, yeah. I go, not yet. I go, you ready? They go, yeah. I go, all right, you're all right. Bang! Like that. They go, and the thing is that it changes their state to one of excitement, and therefore, and also, it's also true that to understand how to do a character voice, you have to be reading ahead of what you're saying to know who's saying what it is they're saying. So it's an advanced, superior to regular education in every single way, like 30 times, 40 times better. And again, and it used to get to the point they'd see the egg timer flowing down, they'd go, oh, no. And as they came to the last word, no matter where they were on the page, I'd go, no! I'd slam my hand down on the page, I'd go, no! And then I'd have to wait until the next time they came to read with them. And so, again, the joy, if you enjoy what you're doing with people, especially with children, they're so brilliant, like luminescent. Like literally, it was the life that made me want to get better. So yeah, I like
it's
them.
a beautiful story, and you've given me lots of ideas. Actually, I do feel the same as you, as though about changing energy, changing states, and something I do regularly in the sessions I'm running is I encourage children to smile.
Yeah.
And that's how we've connected yesterday. We've met several times and done different videos on different platforms. But I decided, I woke up and decided, I want to write a quick post about smiling, because every time they come to me, I go, what we're going to do first of all is we're going to smile and we're going to tell some jokes.
Excellent.
And I think if we just get our bodies smiling, get our face smiling, and then we smile throughout the session, whatever it is I do after that, it's just like you say, it changes, and they're a bit nervous, obviously, because they're coming online. It's a bit of a different space for them. It's a bit different to being comfortable with their school and their friends. But I totally get what you're saying, and I work with a couple of kids, and one of them has dyslexia. And if we move and we change and we do things that kind of change our states and move, it just goes. The maths just so much easier.
Absolutely.
Much easier. Now you've also if you want to find out about you, I'll put your links in afterwards. I know we can put something into the banners, and I know you're on LinkedIn.
Yep.
Jonathan MacDonald on LinkedIn, and you've also written a book, haven't you? And just show your book so that.
So basically, oops, where is the camera? Yeah. So I basically conducted 3,000 or so experiments, because it was 680 children, but I was there's a thing called NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and if you're agile enough in your mind, you can see things happening and change what you're doing in the moment. So I was running lots and lots of A/B experiments all the time in every session I gave. And basically I was volunteering my time because I thought there's something about me that makes me able to get over various things. So I had the motorcycle accident, I broke this wrist, I can't feel my fingers, I've had 6 strokes, my mum died on Christmas Eve, I was not neglected as a baby, not picked up for 9 months, didn't have legs that worked for the second year of my life, that sort of stuff. Lots and lots and lots of little things, not massive things.
Just your average child.
Well, no, but because the thing is that when you compare me to someone who's on the street, because there's more of them now, you compare me to someone who's a victim of sexual violence, you compare me to someone who doesn't know where they're going to live, and frankly my life is easy. So I always try and keep my issues to the appropriate degree. But yeah, so I was volunteering my time, I was getting better and better and better, and it's like you said with your sessions, where you get them to laugh, you get them to use their bodies. Everything I was doing was based on this natural energy that children have, and they are so controlled in school that it is not enjoyable. They will say they enjoy themselves, they'll say they love their teachers, but that's only because they haven't seen a choice. When I went into school and did my coaching sessions, the children definitely enjoyed that, because I had them running and shrieking and jumping and making noise, and I scream out to them, scream so loud you make the glass rumble, and they go, ah! And I go, I thought you were children, ah! Like that, just to get them in this high state. And there's a thing called anchoring. So I used to get them to go tap, tap, tap in their forehead whenever I get them up to this high state. And so from second 1 to second 30, whack, just bang, straight energy, anchor. Then a little bit of information, then incantation. Used to use this thing from Kung Fu Panda. Yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. I get them to scream that out at the beginning of every session. And basically what I was doing, without really knowing it, was and it's obviously perspective, but I was correcting what I thought to be errors in the way that children are raised. So I don't think I'm better than them. I don't think they have to pay attention to me if I'm not being interesting enough for them to want to pay attention to. I will join them when we're all in the hall singing, and the children are supposed to sing, but the adults don't.